Howdy hoot, everybody. Howdy, howdy hoot. We are going live again because I filmed a full video yesterday and I did not like the way it turned out. And so we're going to redo it. We are going to refilm and do the whole thing. I have one last year on the end that I need to fix. And then we're going to get started. Because it's already 9 o'clock Eastern time and I don't want to be filming until 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Me and John Creed. I know you are not. Quit. Oh my God, on the cord. Oh my gosh, you guys, hold on a minute. I've got to let this glue dry.
What are you doing?
Take him to the crate.
What are you doing?
He just peed right
Creed, get over here now. Creed, come.
Oh my mercy.
Get over here. Get out of here. Goddamn, drop my shirt off in the piss. So, bitch. You didn't pay for this.
I don't know. He's been acting out a lot. I don't know. I kind of know. I think it's because of a dog that we babysat for a while that was had absolutely no training at all.
Yeah.
And we kept him for like 2.5 months or something like that. And ever since then, Creed has just not been himself. He knows better. He hardly ever has used the bathroom in the house until, I mean, of course, when we first got him, of course, we had to train him. He was a puppy. But once we kept Kingsley, our neighbor's dog, that dog literally had no structure at all. Poor thing, like, basically was left in a home by itself 24/7. And we kept that dog for, like I said, pretty much 6 months. And it was miserable. Yay, I'm so glad. Thank you, Victoria. Dollar store girl. Thank you, Jackie. We're going to have fun. Yes, Narpkin, I am fat. Spoiler alert. It's just so wild that some people just come into a live and say that. I've never in my life
Those are goddamn idiots.
said shit like that to people. It's so weird. Well, what I say about it, Victoria, is this. I would rather them be here saying stuff like that to me instead of being in someone's life who might not be in a really good mental state. And that could really push them over the edge. So that's the way that I look at it. It is true, yes it is, but that's also not a way to greet someone either. You also don't know what all I've been through or how good I am doing, actually. Let's talk about that. Down 50 pounds. Alright, so we're going to get ready because, again, I filmed my video last night and I did not like it at all. I don't know. I'm just very picky, especially about my story times. I just want them to be fun for you guys, and this story is so epic that it needs to be told a certain way. So we are getting ready tonight and filming it. I don't have to do my little TikTok transition because I did get that filmed last night. The makeup was bomb, if you guys were here. And we already have the lashes done. We already have the nails done. So all we have to do is the makeup. And I'll probably honestly just keep my hair and just look at my roots, how far they've grown out, you guys. Probably just put some shadow over my roots. We're also spray tanned, so we'll need to match that. And we also have this pimple still that I've been a good girl and not popped. And it's finally acting like it's gonna clear up. So let's get started. I do need to wet my sponge, and honestly, I need to clean it. So I'll be right back. I need it 100%. Okay, you guys. Sponge is dampened. We are ready to go. Hi, Donnie. Hi, everybody. I got me a new Real Technique sponge. Thank God we threw away the painted sponge because we do not support fucking weirdos in this house. Okay. I am going to put on some moisturizer. The Drunk Elephant Proteiny Polypeptide. Again, because my skin is just so dry. It's like November through January, it's super duper dry. And then it gets dry again like June through August. It gets really, really dry again. So we definitely need some moisture up in this. And I'm just kind of spreading it around, and then I'll warm it up into the skin with my hands. I just want to put also some, this is like the best stuff in the world. This is a Korean skincare brand. It's called Skin Food, and this is honey propolis. I don't know any of the stuff because it's all in Korean, but I worked with this brand a couple of years ago and they replenished my skincare for me. Thank you so much. Shout out Skin Food. And I am obsessed with honey propolis. If you have discoloration in your skin or high pigmentation or like age spots, honey propolis is really, really, really good. And it's in a lot of Korean skincare, but if you can find just honey propolis on its own, that's what I recommend, and you will see a difference almost instantly in your skin after using it for about a week. It's really, really good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna just press that into the skin with the sponge, just because I have my long nails on, and I want to make sure it gets in there. And then I'm just going to go in with my serum. This is the Millennial Licensed to Glow Serum. This is Nikki Tutorials brand. Breathe back for round 2. I just didn't like the way my video turned out last night, you guys. I really didn't. And it's one of my bigger story times that I have not shared yet. And it needs to be told a certain way, and I just didn't like it. I filmed it completely, filmed the thumbnail, intro, outro, and then put it into Final Cut today, and I was like, no, I don't love it. So, and I'm not one of those people that if I refilm, I don't refilm the intro and outro. No, I can't be doing all that. It's got to be, unless it's a vlog, it's got to be cohesive. It's got to be same outfit, same makeup, all the things. I can't, no. The OCD/Sagittarius in me just cannot allow there to be like different makeup and hair in an intro and outro versus the video. I can't do it. So, primer, I talked about this last night. I highly, 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 highly recommend it if you want a good gripping primer that is also hydrating. So this is the Maybelline Grippy Serum, and it's 24-hour wear, and it's also got niacinamide in it, and it's 2% niacinamide. So super, super moisturizing. So it's good for our dry combo skin girlies. This would even be good if you had oily skin because it's got that niacinamide. And niacinamide is a really, really good way to moisturize oily skin. Niacinamide, vitamin C, that's what you want to look for. And this was like under $10, so at the drugstore. So highly recommend. It's got a really good tackiness to it, and it's more of a serum formula instead of like a gel. So like milk Hydro Grip, I have it as well, It's more of like a gel-like consistency, where this is more of like a serum base. And I really, really like it. It adds a really pretty glow to the skin. So that's going to be the primer for tonight. Again, just adding it because it's grippy. I don't necessarily need a primer because this isn't going to be any long wear makeup by any means. We're literally going to do this live, and then I'm going to film a video, but we're going to add it for that grippiness. And we're going to allow that to dry while we move on to the brows. I shared this with you guys last night, but I'm really enjoying, I finally found a dupe for my favorite brow pomade of all time. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I finally found a dupe. I will say this one has a hint more wax in it than the e.l.f. So if you're going to be in water at all, I would recommend making sure that you set this with some type of brow freeze or brow gel or something like that. But I'm going to be using the e.l.f. again tonight because I've really been liking it. I just wish they would change the component. It doesn't have the little steps on the side of the top like Anastasia does, or even like Benefit, which helps you get those clean, sharp lines. So I'm hoping that they do update that. I would definitely not mind spending a few extra dollars just to get a better component. So we'll see if e.l.f. hears us out. I do know that Love Island just started if you are in the Eastern time zone, but I'm going to be watching a little bit later tonight. I'm so excited. I know I watched the first look, and it looks like they're recoupling tonight, and it looks like it's Girls' Choice. And from what I've seen in the first look, it looks like Alon, Zach with a K, and Brian are going after Amaya. I do think Brian is the best choice. I'm curious of who Alondria is going to couple up with. It has to be Zach with a K, right? I mean, that's really the only option for her there right now. And I'm really shocked that they didn't bring any bombshells in the last episode. I was thinking that they would bring some bombshells in. That way that there would be, you know, more options. But especially since they took 5 bodies out of that bitch. And the whole time, I don't know why, but I was thinking that only one person was going to be going home. And John was like, no, babe, they said that they could only save one person. And I was like, oh shit. So the entire time that they were standing behind people, I just thought one person was going to be going home, so I wasn't really like freaking out. And then I realized, oh shit, everybody's going home but one person. I'm also curious if we're going to see the conversation. I don't think Alondria and Sierra are going to have the conversation about Nick. I don't think that's going to come until movie night, because I think that's when a lot of that situation is going to be addressed, because that's when Sierra is going to actually see how they were moving in Casa. And I think Sierra's in for a rude awakening when that comes. I just think it's so funny that the ones that scream girls, girl, girls, girl, girls, girl are like the most ungirls girl of them all. It's just so bizarre to me. I'm also kind of worried about Huda and Chris, because in the first look it looks like he pulls her to the side, but then also it doesn't really come back to them. It mostly just looks like, you know, all the guys the single guys anyways are after Amaya to the fullest degree. So I'm really curious of the Huda and Chris situation. Also, I seen that apparently Sierra has said some, hey E-Ray, I got my girls in the house tonight. I also seen that apparently Sierra has also said some not too good things, some like racist things, but The video that I found on TikTok that they were relating to, I didn't see anything like racist in the Instagram post that was shared. But then I seen the Instagram story that Sierra's friend put out, who's been running Sierra's account, her socials for her while she's been at the island. I seen the story she shared saying that she had no idea about these posts and she's learning of it for the first time with all of us, and that her family has asked for her to step down from sharing or running her socials. So, and she said, and I agree, I don't want to be running her socials either. So I found that very interesting. So obviously there is something. I wasn't able to find what everybody was talking about. The only thing that I found was like where she was talking about thicker girls, but I don't know if there was more context to that. So let me know if you guys know exactly what she had said. Which I told you guys from the start that I did not fuck with her. I did not like her. I felt that she was very two-faced, and it was very much what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander type shit. Like, she wants people to act a certain way according to who? Her? Like, bitch, who are you? You're in here just like everybody fucking else. Like, I cannot stand people who act that way, who act like it's my show. Like, bitch, you all are getting very boring anymore anyways. Like, you and Nick are not giving like nothing at this point. So I don't know, you guys know how I feel about that. I really do not fuck with Sierra. There's just something about her. I've said it since day one and I stand by that. There's something off. Okay. And apparently I'm right, because apparently she's not the only person. Like, racism in 2025, are we fucking joking me? Like, come on now. Anyways, we have done the brows. I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place pen. This is the Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pen in the shade Dark Brown. And I just really do this on the tail of the brow just to make it a little bit more sharp. I used to do like brow like hairs with it in the front, and I don't do that anymore. So now I meant to get some tissue, honestly, because what I want to do is put something over my lashes while I do my eyes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a spoon. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. We'll see how times have changed since I've gotten sober. Thank you, Chansley. Hi, you're new. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Chansley. Oh, I didn't even show y'all what I'm using. Goodness gracious. MAC Paint Pot. This is in the shade Painterly. I like this for my eyelids, and y'all will be able to see a little bit more. Oh yeah, this is going to be perfect. They're very oily. You're also going to hear my kitten. For those of you who do not know, we rescued a kitten. Probably going on about 3 months now, ain't it, babe? Something like that. You remind me of my second grade teacher. She was so funny. I love that. Love, love, love. By the way, this is a MAC Gilded brush from the Gilded Collection. Who remembers the Gilded Collection? Circa like 2017, I believe. I still love, the spoon is working wonders. Okay, hack, if you have lash extensions and you don't want to get concealer or eyeshadow. I have one of the little hook things. It kind of looks like a spoon, but the top is slanted that fits your eye, and it covers your lashes perfectly. But it's in my makeup kit. Jeez, Morgan, get your brain together, girl. And I kind of want to play with some color tonight, so I think I'm going to use my Jason Wu. This is a dupe for the Anastasia eyeshadow primer, the white one. Chansley, she's a comfort channel for me. Left me some Morgan Shea. I love you guys so much. This is the Wu Prime. You can get Jason Wu products at Target only, so they're like not Sonia Kashuk. Yeah, Sonia Kashuk. What am I talking about? I'm getting Tasha and Donut and Sonia Kashuk mixed up. Sonia Kashuk is exclusive at Target, and so is Jason Wu now. And you guys, this stuff I believe is even better than Anastasia's white eyeshadow primer. This is in the shade Space White, and I want to say this is under $8 at Target. And look how tacky that primer and how just glowy my skin is. I'm telling y'all, honey propolis and that primer is like, and the serum, the Nimya products are good too. All right, I'm gonna take this on my little palette over here, and this is white, so it's gonna be white just like the Anastasia one. You're 9. Well, this, I'm definitely putting this out here. This is the live is fine as long as your parents approve, but this is definitely, if you watch my videos, they are 18 plus for sure. So maybe make sure your parents know what you're watching first. So as you can see, this is white, okay? But I'm gonna show you guys what we do here. Oh no. Boom. Perfect. I love that you're mature for your age, but still definitely talk to your parents before watching my channel. And I did accidentally hit my one lash into the white, so just putting a little bit of mascara on that, and then I'm just going to take my fingers and tap the excess off, and I'll clean that with a makeup wipe here. Alright, so I'm just going to go and make sure this is all blended in and tapped into the skin and nothing is setting on top of the skin. And this is going to make all of our really pretty vibrant colors that we're going to use tonight pop even more. The makeup look for today. Tonight, I want to play with some color. I haven't done a colorful look in a really long time. We've just been doing, you know, very neutral. So we're going in with the Jason Wu primer, eyeshadow primer. That's when you know we're going in tonight, my friends. We are going in tonight. All right, let's make sure that we get also, we just finished, like literally, shit. literally just finished the most recent season. I think it was season 3 of Squid Games. Have you guys watched it yet? I feel like the next season is about to be a totally different, like, storyline than what we've had so far. I don't know if the games are even going to be a part of it. I mean, I definitely don't want to ruin it for anybody, so here's a spoiler alert now. So click off a second and come back if you don't want a spoiler on the new season of Squid Games. I couldn't either at first, Brie. I really couldn't. It was so slow moving, but the ending, you guys, really broke my heart. Like, it really broke my heart. Well, I'm about to give a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear a spoiler, just click off like 2 minutes and come back. But basically, the girl who's pregnant, if you don't know, there was a pregnant girl in this season. She ends up having the baby during one of the games. Also, during that same game, she gets pulled down some steps and her literal ankle does this from her foot, and like literally 10 minutes later she goes into labor, has the baby. There's an older woman in this season in the game, and her son is also in the game. And like, after she's had the baby, this girl helps her, like this girl and the grandmother, like older lady, helps her. And then the older lady's son comes in there and then wants to kill like the mom and the baby. And so his mom kills him. Like crazy shit. And then the father of the baby is also in the game. And in the end, you guys, it is 4, 5, 6. So the one that won the games in the first season, he's back in the game. It's him, the father of the baby, because the mother of the baby ends up dying. She ends up getting, like, herself, because her leg was broken. And the literal next challenge was, like, you had to jump. So she couldn't do that. So 4, 5, 6 basically is taking care of the baby because nobody knows that the father of the baby is there. But guess what? 333 was the father of the baby. And they end up making the baby a part of the challenge. Like the Squid Game, like, host makes the baby now participant 2.2 or player 222, which was the mom's number. And very last episode, it's 4, 5, 6, the baby, and the baby's father. And come to find out, the baby's father was going to the baby so he could win. So 4, 5, 6 got rid of him, and then he forgot to touch the button to start that challenge, and so he ended up having to. So he chose to sacrifice himself so that the baby could win, which of course, because 4, 5, 6 is like an actual human being person. Like, it's just so crazy the way that they portray some of these people to actually believe in this challenge, like, or in this show. Like, I just don't, it's hard for me to fathom that there's actual people out there that would sacrifice like a 10-day-old baby to win. You know what I'm saying? I am one of those people who I've never watched Dance Moms. I've never watched it. Definitely not a full episode. I've maybe caught like an episode or 2 at some point, but it's definitely not something that I've ever watched. I know that there's like different YouTubers and stuff, like why can't I think of her name right now? Lauren. She's actually gonna try out for Miss New York USA, which I'm so excited to see if she actually makes it, because she tried last year and she didn't make it to state. She made it to state, but she wasn't a winner. She was like in the top 20, which is actually really crazy for your first time. She made it to the top 20, which is insane. But she watches Dance Moms all the time. And so I've thought about it. But it's just, I don't know. I'm more of like a Love Island. Also, let's talk about another series. Bitch, it had me shook. Hold on one second. Anyways, I'm back. Shoot, I need my charger too. Golly bum. The Ultimatum. Have you guys watched that? It's on Netflix. So good. New season just ended. Season 2 for Queer Love. So it's The Ultimatum Queer Love, and season 2 just finished, and I can't say, so if you've watched it, then you know the couples, but I'm not really shocked that Mel and Marie are not together currently. Like, it's so obvious that Mel and Dana hooked up during their trial marriage. So if you don't know what the ultimatum is, basically it's like 5 or 6 couples go to, basically one person is ready and wants to get married, and the other person is not ready and does not want to get married. And so they go, and basically they have to leave either engaged, alone, or possibly with another person that's there. So they spend a week going on these little dates to get to know the other participants, and then they have the choice. So for their trial marriages, and they choose who they want to do their trial marriage with. Both people have to agree though. So like if one person wants to couple up with someone else and that person also wants to couple up with them, then like whatever. And that kind of happened this time with Brittany, which is crazy. But anyways, so after they pick their little trial marriage person, they then live with that person for 6 weeks. They sleep in the same bed, like they are actually in a trial marriage. Then they go back and kind of talk about their 6 weeks together, like how it went. They also introduce each other to like family and friends and like the whole 9 yards. Like almost halfway, a little over halfway through the 6 weeks, the people who gave the ultimatum meet up, and the people who got the ultimatum, they meet up separately. So you don't meet up with your significant other that you came there with. And you kind of like catch up. So much drama gets brought up there. At that point, there was already 2 couples that had hooked up and 1 couple lying about it. Then they go, after 6 weeks, they meet back up and they go and have a 6-week trial marriage with the person they came there with. So you can imagine. And I'm sorry, but the Queer Love one is just so fucking good. Like, season 1 was just juicy, juice. Had you on the edge of your seat all the way into the final episode. Like, I could not wait for the reunion, because there was 2 people who for the first time in ultimatum history, you really thought they were going to leave together. Like they were going to leave their significant others and leave together. And the one did. Like, she was like, yeah, like, I want to leave with you. And the other girl didn't want to. It was crazy. It was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But if you haven't watched The Ultimatum, Queer Love, run and watch. It is so good, so juicy. Like, you will not be disappointed. Okay, let's get into the eyeshadow look. I think I'm going to, number one, I think we're going to jump around from palette to palette is what I think I'm going to do. But I think the main two is going to be Michaela Glamlight Volume 2 and the ABH Orange Norvina that has a lash stuck to it. And there might even be one more that I might enter the mix. Let me see what this one has. I have a bunch of these Dose of Colors palettes. I know this one. No, see, these are all, they're all like cool tone. I wish Dose of Colors would drop some of these with more warmer tones. Like, all of them are so cool toned, and it's just not the vibe that I'm going on. I also have this Hip Dot palette that I've never used. It's got some like purpley shades in it. Let's see what this palette is. Ooh, bringing out the old school, the Nikita X Morphe collab. Can definitely see this one has gotten some love. I kind of want to do blue, but I'm deciding what blue I want to start with. I think this is the palette that I've been looking for. This is the 35S Sweet Oasis palette by Morphe. It has just so many of these fun blues. So I'm thinking we may start there. I don't think I'm going to use Nikita. And I don't think I'm going to use the Hip Dot. I keep grabbing this, like, thinking I might do a look with it, and still yet. I still have not done a look with this eyeshadow palette. I need to figure out, like, I don't know. A lot of the shades are things that I would use all the time, but I just have 1,000 palettes with those shades in it, you know? All right, so we need a good transitional blue. And I think I'm going to, so we're probably definitely going to go in with the shade Rhodey in the Michaela 2 palette, and possibly even Masshole, which is this deeper blue. Let me look at Norvina and see what we've got in the blue category. Okay, we have nothing. So we'll probably just do, because I'm not going to do a skin tone transition with this look. I'm actually just going to go straight in with the blue. So let me see if I want to start with, okay, I'm going to start with Saltwater Dip. This is in the 35S Sweet Oasis palette. It's this shade right here. I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to put that on a pretty fluffy brush. This is a Luxie 250 brush. It is a very large shadow brush, and I'm going to take that Saltwater Dip on that brush. And we're just going to start sweeping that on the lid. Y'all are gonna have to excuse me again here in just a second because I'm gonna have to make me something to drink, you guys. I'm so thirsty, and I'm not gonna make it through this entire live with nothing to drink. I just want to warm this up just a little bit, touch more. Perfection. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and tape up the sides now that we're about to start. On the deeper colors. Ooh, I've got an eye twitch. I've also got to get up early and get ready tomorrow because, as most of you guys know, I have my final big interview for that promotion. So wish me all the luck in the world. I would just like literally do what I say never to do and sleep in my makeup if I wasn't doing like a full-on blue eyeshadow look tonight. Hey babe, when you get a second, will you make me something to drink? My cup's on my side of the chair. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to take this clean Morphe blending brush. It's also from the Gilded collection. I'm going into Rhodey. Look how pigmented that bad baby looks. All right, let's get our handy dandy spoon. Oh, she's pigmented, honey. Just gonna start to lightly blend those two shades together. And as long as you have your eyeshadow primer really nicely blended into the eyelid, you won't have to worry about it turning green. So that's another good way of knowing whether or not you have your eyeshadow primer fully blended in, because if you start to blend the blue in and it starts to turn green, that means there's a little bit more blending that needs to be done with the primer. That is literally electric blue. So pretty. Okay. Go ahead and blend. Well, I gotta grab my charger too, babe. It's fine. Alright, now we're gonna go into Mass Hole, which is that deep navy blue. Do what, baby? Huh? Just blending this on the outer edge. And I'm building that up a little bit at a time, mainly because I've never used it before. And I didn't know if she was going to be patchy, but she's definitely not patchy. Who knows? Maybe I'll rock my interview with this look tomorrow. Vote in the comments. I mean, it's kind of like Take Me As I Am. And also, it's a lot of work to come up with a look like this. And it wouldn't be as hard to touch up a look like this. As it would be to take it off and have to wake up so extra early. But then I could also get another live in with you guys in the morning. So I'm so excited for Love Island tonight. I cannot wait. I just want to film this video. Wash my face and watch some Love Island USA, baby. I always like this eye so much better. I don't know why. This eye just always holds makeup so much better. But I'm loving that blue. Loving the blue. Okay, so now we need to do the lid. I have this shade Nice in the same palette. I don't even think we've used the 35. Oh yeah, we did for our transition shade. And then in the 35S, we have Iceland Hop, which is more green than blue. What do we think? Do you think if I slept in this makeup that this would be an okay look for that interview? Or should I clean it? Yeah?
Sure.
That's enough.
That's pretty good.
Let's show them how big you've gotten.
Calm down.
She's gotten bigger. Her eyes are definitely brown. They're more hazel right now, but it seems like way at night they look more green, and during the day they look more brown. Look here. Yeah, definitely brown. She's getting so much bigger. Also, still no luck on catching her sister. Very skittish, and understandably so. She's been basically outside and alone since she was born. So totally get it. Why can I not get this tripod to cooperate? Okay. All right. I think we're going to... I also could do a glitter. Yeah, I think we'll do a glitter. And I want to do... Yeah, probably do this one. This is in the shade... This is a ColourPop pressed glitter. And it's in the shade Castaway. If you have never tried ColourPop's pressed glitters, they're incredible, super duper pigmented, and you really don't need a glue. I mean, only if you wanted a glitter glue would you need one. You could definitely go without a glitter glue on these. However, glitter and lash extensions is like a dangerous game. So I'm also contemplating in my head, but I also know myself, and I know that a touch of glitter would really, it would do something for me. Like, I just know it would do something for me. Also, there was a deep navy blue shade in one of my palettes that I seen here recently, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Oh, the Candy Shop palette. Didn't even think to look in here, and of course there is a very good blue that we could have used in the crease as well. But I'm thinking this is too, like, you see what I'm saying? It's too, like, got a hint of green blue in it for me. It's not the vibes. That's okay. That's okay. But there's one palette that I've seen here recently. Yes. the Nimya The palette. This is, again, Nikki Tutorials brand. This shade in here, Royal Family. It is a deep, deep navy blue. And I think I'm just going to put, oh no! Anyways, as I was saying, I think I'm just going to put a touch of it in the outer corner, just for a little extra dimension. After I fix my nail. To be fair, I did bend this nail backwards earlier making spaghetti. And so I knew that it was loose. All better. Okay. Alright, let's take this shade Royal Family. I don't know why, but it kind of looks like it's got a little hint of sparkle in it. And I'm not mad at that. Alright, let's find the brush that we want to do this with, because I don't want it to be... I think I'm going to go with this little, another one from the Gilded Collection from Morphe. And let's take, oh yes, that is a nice deep, deep blue. Let's wipe our spoon off. That's another thing that I'm noticing as well, is you do have to wipe the spoon off. Yeah, I love that. Not our neighbor, of course, bumping fucking music again. I swear, if those fuckers sleep, I don't know when it is. Watch my neighbor's story time to know who I'm talking about, but he's back. Of course, the fucker got kicked out from living with his uncle. He's back and louder than fucking ever. Although the sweet little old lady that he literally knocked over is petitioning to get him, like, out of the fucking neighborhood. So keep you posted on if that happens. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go in with NARS, that Icy Blue pressed shadow from the Michaela palette. I'm going to go in with that, and then I'm going to go in with Castaway over top, which is really, really pretty. I think that's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to go in with this BDB Billion Dollar Brushes. And this is the eyeshadow brushes, all it says. I know that this brand sent me these brushes. And they sent them in hopes that I would share them with you all. However, they sent me the same brush 6 times over. So this brush 6 times. And so when I messaged them and I said, so is there just only one brush that you all sell? They were like, no. We have over 25 different brushes. And I said, well, you sent me the same one 6 times. And they were like, oh, well, can you just show them pictures of the other brushes and tell them that it works? And I said, no. Again, as I told you before, I do not recommend, I wouldn't recommend nothing on this channel. I don't care what it is. Unless I have tried it and know that it works. But I will say that this is a good flat brush, but again, it's a flat brush. You know what I mean? It's like a dime a dozen. But that shade NARS is, I hate saying NARS. I just want to say NARS, you know? Because I know that's what it means. It's Michaela. But really pretty in the light. But I know that this glitter is just going to take it there. So let's pick some of that glitter up and definitely cover the lashes on this part. Wow, that really did take it there. That is so pretty. That's just the thing with brands, you guys, like in today's day and age, like they truly just, because they're so used to the creators of today's world. Like, you know, people used to bitch and moan about 2016 beauty gurus, but let's be honest, they were working with Urban Decay and ColourPop and Laura Mercier and brands that are fantastic. You know what I mean? And there were just so many beauty gurus who would share the actual truth of the matter. And it's not that way anymore, unfortunately, you guys. Unfortunately, it's all about that, making that bag. Oh, that's fireworks. That is definitely fireworks. I'll just kind of go back and forth and just kind of blend back and forth, and I'm loving it. I am kind of craving some blue right above that. This is the only blue liquid liner that I have, and I just ordered some more of these. I love these. I get them off of Amazon. The only thing is after a while they do dry out eventually. And when I say that they've dried out, I've had these for probably 2 years. So it's been a long time coming anyways, but I did just order some more. They just haven't gotten here yet. So I'm pretty sure that this is completely dried out. Give me 1 second. There's one little spot on this side that I want to fix. I mean, that looks pretty good when we didn't cut the crease, you know? Yeah, I think this is just too dried out, you guys. Yeah, wait, I mean, even the bristles are stiff. But that's okay. That was just a little something extra that I was going to do, but no big deal. So now we have beautiful. I mean, would this be too much for an interview? Someone let me know. And just keep in mind, I definitely wouldn't go with the lip that I'm going to do tonight, because those of you who have followed me for a while, you already know what's about to go on these lips. You already know. We're about to be going red, baby. I just love blue eyeshadow with the red lip. It's just too good. Alright, I'm starting out with the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. And again, I told you guys this the other day, but I think they have changed their shade names. But they do have on the Sephora website where you can literally put in any foundation, drugstore, it doesn't matter, and the shade that you wear, and it will show you the match, the color name with the Hourglass one or any foundation on Sephora's website. So we're going to start out with her. She's a good matte full coverage foundation that has a really, really, really pretty peachy undertone. So I like to start out with her, and then I'm going to go in with more of a pinky undertone foundation. And I think tonight I'm going to go in with YSL All Hours Foundation. This is in the shade BR40 Cool Sand. Ooh, no. It went right on my shirt, and so did that. That's okay. Love this foundation. Again, another full coverage matte foundation. Do you know someone named Brandon Moore? No, I do not. I don't think so. Do not think so. Okay, and then my foundation of the year, Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation in the shade Camel. This is more of that olivey green undertone, which is really going to help with my discoloration, my redness, high pigmentation. So I'm going to spray. I live in Tennessee. I know of Justin Moore, country singer. I don't know of a Brandon Moore, no. Yes, this mixture is beautiful. Bree, did you catch up at all on Love Island? Oh, Pigeon Forge. Yeah, that is a popular tourist destination near me. I live about, actually, John works in Pigeon Forge right now. Oh no, look what I just did. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. Oh no, 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 no. So I was watching, I just like to go back and watch story times. Sometimes I'll watch, not yet, girl. Catching up tomorrow at work, perfection, good. That way you'll be getting ready, because tonight is vote night though. So I'm gonna at least need you to vote for Huda and Chris. I don't know about Chris because I don't know what the conversation's gonna be, but you live in Arkansas. Beautiful state. Beautiful state. Beautiful, beautiful. So most of you guys know, some of you may not. I celebrated 9 years sober from drugs in March. On March the 12th, I celebrated 9 years, which is crazy. And the final time that I went to treatment, I was in treatment with a guy who lived and was from Arkansas. And he had the most supportive family. They literally came every single week to see him, and all of the friends that he had made, which included myself, his parents would bring us home cooked food. So the mom would we would have visitations on Sundays, and she would spend the entire Saturday before, she would take our orders, what do you guys want? And we were always like, girl, you could literally bring us anything. I can't remember. I want to say it started with a B, though. Again, that's been 9 years ago. We're still friends, but he now lives in Nashville with his wife and kids. So I'm not sure, but I want to say it started with a B. I want to say. And I was also in treatment with a girl from Indiana, and her family was really, really nice as well. The only really, really rude person I encountered in treatment was from Alabama. And I was like, dang, I love Alabama. Alright, so LYS, No Limits Contour Stick in the shade Harmony. You guys already know how I feel about this stuff. It is literally butter. Also, if we want to go back and talk about Stephen Hilton some more, I was on Facebook today because, for one, it's my stepdad's birthday, but also my uncle was doing a little bit of preaching on Facebook, and I had to go and like it. And while I was on there, I seen that Stephen Hilton is now monetizing this entire situation that he's put Laura through, his ex-wife, mother of his children. So for those of you guys who do not know, Laura Cleary and Stephen Hilton were married for many years and actually met both in recovery. And Laura has stayed sober all these years. Stephen has not. He's relapsed on multiple different occasions. And the final time that he relapsed a couple of years ago, well, it's not the final time, but it was the final time for Laura. Like Laura said, you know, I can't continue this. Like it's damaging for not only you, Stephen, but also me. And now we have 2 children involved. Like I just don't want them to grow up in a household where their father is like every other week relapsing. Like I don't want to do that. So they got a divorce, and it seemed like it was very amicable for a long time. Like for like 2.5 years, it seemed like everything was fine, like for the better part. And like Stephen was talking about dating other girls, like the weirdo he is. They were all like in their early 20s. So weird, especially considering he's damn near 50, but I digress. Laura started dating somebody else, and then he went onto Laura's podcast and decided to share that not only had he relapsed, but his plan was to continue to use. He had no plans on long-term sobriety at all, that life was too short, and he wanted to spend what time he had left high. And so Laura said, okay, well, if that's how you feel, then you're just not going to see our kids. Like, period. And he just continued to go online and rant and rave and act crazy. And so Laura decided to do what she thought was best as a mother. And she got a restraining order against Stephen because he continuously was saying, like, just really not good things, like at all. He was being very, 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 very bizarre. So she filed a restraining order, and fast forward, Laura posts on social media that she went to a wedding with her now boyfriend. They've been together for almost 2 years, and like she's not shared who it is because of Stephen, basically. And she posted, you know, that she finally believes in love again, and it was just so beautiful, the wedding was, and seeing someone that she loved in love with their person and being able to be there with her boyfriend and stuff. She just said that she, finally believes in love and again. And after that, Stephen then went on to her social medias that she's worked on for almost 2 decades and first hacked her Facebook altogether. And then, like I said, Laura first started on Facebook. Like, she was one of the first huge creators on there. She had over 15 million followers on Facebook. Like, that's insane. And he first hacked it and was acting like it was her, like saying really, really nasty things, like replying to comments in the comment section, saying some really horrible things to people. And then he started like posting like it was Laura making posts about Stephen, like really nasty, mean comments about Stephen. Then when she called him out on it, he decided to go onto TikTok and share a screenshot of the post on Facebook trying to prove that it was Laura, and he was logged into Facebook. And on the post it said boost insights. You can only do that if it is your page. You cannot do that if it's not your page. You can't see that if it's not your post on your page. And then up at the top it said, what's on your mind, Laura? And it's her fucking Facebook. So literally, when he's trying to post his proof, he literally spills the beans on himself, right? So fast forward, Laura ends up getting all of her stuff back. He also deleted 4.5 years worth of YouTube videos. He basically deleted any video that he was not in. Like prime narcissistic behavior. And so she gets all the stuff back. Well, today I see on Facebook that he's posted on there, and he's now monetizing it and is posting an 8 series on Patreon. So asking his followers to pay $20 or whatever it is a month for you to get a video of him monetizing his narcissistic abusive behavior that he's putting on his wife and dragging his children into inevitably. And one of his children is extremely neurodivergent, on the spectrum, autistic, and like is pretty much nonverbal. Like he's getting a lot better, but is still considered to be pretty much nonverbal. And he's putting someone that he loves more than anything through this, which in turn is putting his children through. Like, it's insane to me. I can't get it. And there are some people that did not agree with when I said I don't agree with what he's doing. And I don't care. I don't care if people don't agree with me. Just because he's in recovery, that does not in turn give him the permission to pull this narcissistic bullshit. And just because maybe you did something, you were able to take care of your kids when you were on drugs, if you are in recovery, that there were times where you should not have been around your children if you were under the influence. Like, that whole argument to me is insane, that there's even people on the internet with that type of argument. Like, that's crazy to me in every sense of the word. Like, you're trying to argue that this man should be able to keep his children overnight knowing good and well that he's on drugs. Like, how as a mother would Laura even be able to sleep? Like, sorry not sorry, I would be camping right in the yard. I would want baby monitors on them the entire time, and as long as I had eyes on them and I could sleep in a tent in the front yard, sure, they can stay overnight. But I'm going to be right there. And I want a key to the house, too. I want a key to the house. And then, yeah, sure, they can stay overnight. But I just think that it's absolutely insane that there's people with the argument that, oh, he's the father, and oh, I was on drugs for a long time. But I had my children and they're still alive and well. That argument is insane to me. Sorry, not sorry. That's insane to me. Like most people that I know in recovery with children have said on multiple occasions that if they could take that type of trauma away from their children, they would in a heartbeat. Because whether you think so or not, you being high, your children do see that. Your children do recognize that difference in you. Whether you agree to admit that or not, they do. And while, you know, I don't know, it's insane to me. I would never, ever, never want my children to not feel safe or feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, children are so much smarter than people give them credit for. They are. They may be, you know, super naive and just so precious, and they're precious and sacred, but at the same time, they're smarter than people give them credit for. And they notice when you're different. They notice when you talk differently and you behave differently, and you know, you treat mommy differently or you treat grandma differently. Like, they notice all of those things. And so for him to say, oh, they wouldn't notice the difference, I think pretty much says enough for me. Like, he's just not. And you can see, like, in the post that he posted today on Facebook, he posted a picture of himself. And he was like, it said something about like part 1, Brian. And I don't know if that's Laura's boyfriend's name or what. I'm sure it is. Like, it's just like at this point, like, he's reached a point of no return. I mean, it would be that way for me. It would be a point of no return. There would be absolutely no way he would be able to render or fix any relationship if it were me at this point. Like, he has just been so disgusting to Laura. The things that he's posted online about her is just crazy to me. And I know that not all divorces are cut and dry, right? Like, you know, it takes two to tango. I totally get that. Like, there's probably so much that we don't know that happened in their marriage. It's not our business to know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at what point do these social media outlets step in and say enough is enough? Because I don't care what anybody says, like, oh, the social media network doesn't know what they're posting. Of course they do. And if they don't, then why is it someone is getting banned off of Facebook for saying the F word, and someone else can come on Facebook and completely hack their ex-wife's account, and not only that, but slander them day after day? Like, the two don't make sense. Like, one does not exist without the other. So either social media knows what is being said, or social media does not, you know, the internet platform does not know what's being said. And they just kind of go off of someone reporting something. Like, it's just, enough is enough. And he also needs to realize, you see how big the internet is today. Can you imagine what it's going to be when their 2 kids are grown, or even 13, 14, 15? They're going to be able to see all these things that you're saying about their mother. And by then, surely there's going to be a resolution in what you and Laura have going on. And if you have any hope in being able to participate as a parent, I would surely hope that you would cease all this shit. Because at this point, it's getting to the point of, like I said, no, absolutely no return. Like, the things that you're saying and posting publicly Now you're saying you're going to post an 8-part documentary, you called it, on your Patreon. So you're putting it behind a paywall. Okay. So now, not only are you being a narcissistic abuser to her in life, but now you're doing it online and behind a fucking paywall. Are you joking me? Like, if there was a picture beside the word narcissistic abuse in the dictionary, I do believe Stephen Hilton would be there with that goofy ass picture he posted today on Facebook. Like, quite literally looking like he's out of his goddamn mind. Like, fully. Looking like all of his marbles are in the cookie jar. Like, fully. Like, it's just... I just feel so bad for Laura, because literally all the woman posted was that she believed in love again and that she was happy. And her punishment is this. Like, and that right there is true blue narcissism abuse, people. Like, if you ever wanted to know what it looks like, that's what it looks like. It's as soon as the, spotlight isn't on them, the focus isn't on them, they're not the hero in your story, that is the second that they shit all over your life. Like, fully. I just feel so bad for her. I really, really do. And I really thought that Dr. Drew was going to get to Stephen in the pod that he just did. Talking directly at Stephen, like, literally telling the man, like, I will help you get into treatment. Like, I will get you into a facility, where you can continue to work on your music. You can continue to do the things, the obligations that you have. Like, you can continue to work on those obligations, but at the same time, you can get help. Which is all, that is literally all Laura has ever asked of Stephen Hilton, was to get help and get better for his kids and for himself. That's literally all that woman has asked from the jump. Let's talk about this skin for a minute. Wow. Okay, so now I'm going to take Laura Mercier Translucent. The color shade I just used was the Laura Mercier Translucent in the shade Rose. If you want the brightest under eye in the history of ever, thank me later, people. Give me all the talc. I want it all. I cannot stand this no talc bullshit, okay? It's for the birds. It's not for me. Okay, I am now going to take literally one of my prized possessions. I got nail glue stuck on it. But this is the Dragon Beauty Transformation Face Powder. This is the last one I have. And this is all that's left, people. It's all that's left. But I'm going to take some on my damp sponge. And I'm going to press this right on that inner corner for some brightening. Oh, it's so good. This is the best powder known to man. It just fills those pores right up. Prized possession. Prized possession, especially considering you can no longer purchase it. Okay. Now, moving right along, let's go ahead and do the lower lash line, I guess. I'll take a sip to drink. I honestly don't know that I'm going to do much to the lower lash line. Mainly because I don't love a full lower lash line when I have lash extensions. My college roommate was from Arkansas. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Bragging Whites. This is the Multi Wet n Wild Color Icon Multi-Stick. I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand. I'm going to pop that in the water line. You know, I think if I sleep on my back, which I'm such a side sleeper, I love to sleep on my side, but I think that if I sleep on my side, I think this would be okay for the interview, guys. I really do. Okay, and now I'm going to take a smudger brush. Let's see, the one that I really want is, okay, forget it, we'll just do this. Wait, is this it? Yes, this is it. It's a Tom Ford smudger brush. It's one of my favorites in the world. And I'm going to take that baby blue shade, Rhodey, this shade right here, and then I'm going to deepen up with that shade from the Nimya palette. That is such a pretty color. I just love wearing color on my eyes. I really do. And I like it more than like neutral shades. You know, it's just me. It's just who I am, you know? Loves it. Okay, and then I'm going to get into that Nimya palette. And going with the shade Royal Family, that deep navy blue. Hello, Naran. Naran, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Y'all always feel free to correct me in the comment section below if I butcher your name. I do not mind at all. Alright, and then just take that first brush again, hit the edges. I think we're just going to try to sleep in this makeup, you guys. Use the Trisha Paytas trick. Don't flip over. Sleep on our back. Do one night of just a little bit of discomfort. Thankfully, John gave me the world's most comfortable microfiber pillow, so I know I will sleep like the baby. Just going to touch up these brows. I'm really loving this pomade, you guys. Really loving it, especially for $2. I'm obsessed with it. go ahead and finish with powders before I set my brows. Start with bronzer. I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Coconut Omega Bronzer. This is another one of my treasured items. The last one that I have too. I thought I had one more in my private personal collection, but I don't. The only one that I have left is in my client kit, which is fine. I'm sure there's still some amongst the eBay. It's just like eBay is just such a scary place. Okay, I'm not going to use this for my nose. I'm going to use the airbrush Charlotte Tilbury, but I did tell you guys that I found a dupe, and I did. It is literally saving like $45. It is the Essence Sun Club Luminous Bronzing Powder. It's even the same size pan, and you can get that at Ulta. It is a really good dupe, but I do want to do, if this is going to be long-lasting makeup now, we need to treat it as such. So I'm just going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury just because I know how this works when it has to be slept in. It's the best. So we're going with what works longevity wise here, people, and I know works longevity wise. Not saying that the Charlotte or the dupe for Charlotte Tilbury wouldn't. I've just never tried it, and today's not the day to do that if I'm going to be sleeping in this makeup, which please do not do as I do. Do not sleep in your makeup, people. All right, blush. You guys know I have been living for this blush. These blushes in this King Beauty palette. And I'm going to use the pink one today. I'm just going to clean my favorite blush brush really quick. Just because these are so pigmented. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. They're all so incredibly gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Here's the other reason that I'm going to sleep in the makeup is because there is the possibility that I may not be on camera. And if I'm not on camera, then it won't matter anyways. But if I am on camera, it's always been a topic. Not to like toot my own horn, but it's always a topic. Anytime, oop, there we go. That works even better. Anytime I do my own makeup, it's always a topic of how good it is. So then I can kind of, you know, dive into, well, yeah, you know, actually, I'm a makeup artist too. Fun fact. I'll let that get tacky a little bit. And I guess I could go ahead and set my brows. And then my video story time probably won't take but like maybe 30 minutes max to film this story time. And I already am used to like not rubbing my eyes because of the lash extensions. So I'm already used to that. So it won't be that big of a deal. But we are looking at this skin is like what's got me in awe right now. This skin is looking really, really good. All right, let's get this lash extension put back on. Perfectiano. And put a little bit of seal on it. And let's spray this face, do some highlight. I'm going to go in with the one I used last night, Summer Haze by Artist Couture. And you guys know I go in pretty heavy-handed. And I will show you guys how I fix that in just a momento. Perfect. And I kind of let that set a minute. Some more spray. And then take the side of my sponge and press it into the skin. And that not only blends it, but also will pick up any extra powder that we have. Okay. And then I'm going to take the Michaela Glam Light highlight. It doesn't have a name or anything. Take this on the inner corners. My nose. Period. All right, let's go ahead and do some lower mascara. Plus, there's some pieces on my upper lashes that I just want to hit that there is a hair. I feel it. Gotcha. Gotcha. This is the only part I worry about is my lower mascara. But that will be an easy touch up because I'm sure my eyes will water. But again, that'll be an easy touch up in the morning. I will go live with you guys in the morning and show you guys how I'll touch it up. just a few little bits that I need to correct, which is no big deal. I'm so allergic to setting powder, you guys. It's unreal. Every single time I use setting powder, my nose runs. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter ever since. It didn't start doing that though until I used Coty Airspun powder. And then after I use Coty Airspun powder, every single setting powder makes my nose run. All of them. All right. Okay, so I take the makeup off and then I take powder and put it over. Just powder. No, I don't want any liquid on it. That is another key to get your makeup to last. Which again, we'll touch up our lips tomorrow. This is, oh dear Lord. That shit got everywhere. It's okay. This is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Spill the Tea. I was gonna do red, but then I thought about having to take the red off and it would smear everywhere. So we're just gonna go with nude. But you guys know, normally when I do a blue eyeshadow look, I normally always do red lip. Just not in the cards this time. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the shade, yes, Mannequin by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, or do I want to do, no, I want Celebrity Skin. Here's Celebrity Skin by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, yes. Okay, then I'm going to take a lip brush and blend. Okay, and I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'll put Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in the shade Pillow Talk. I love this lip gloss. It's my favorite of all time. It's super, super glossy and wet. Ooh, but I don't want to put that on until this completely dries down. Again, so that it lasts longer. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm about to film and get this video done for you guys. I love you guys so much, and until the next time, bye.